alaikum.
Cycle.
So we are going to start the lecture now. We have discussed about in employer's point of view, and today I'm going to start the lecture after it. From the importance of scientific management theory in office. Scientific management theory is Taylor's theory. It is suitable for offices because this theory will change the office environment in positive mode. Every office should adopt this Taylor's theory to get success. There are some important points, some important reasons that why this theory will be taken in the offices. First one is that this theory will help to plan and decide the work in advance. In advance means like if boss will give you the task of sending 150 messages to different people in the organization to the clients. For example, if he says to you, Samreen, today is 29 and you have to send messages 150 or 200 messages to the people, 150 messages to 200 people, and your deadline is June 3. So this means that the work that has to be done in the future. Your boss give you deadline before doing the work, and he said to you that this is your advanced task, this is your advanced work, you have to complete it on time. Your deadline is June 3 or June 2, and I will get the report from you. You will give me the report about your work, that what you have done throughout the day in office. Second one is that advise the right development of work. How your work will develop, how your work will be accurate, how your performance will be better while doing that work. The upgrade of worker management affair. Worker management affair, the people who are working in the management, the upgradation of their workers, the upgradation of that officers who are working in the management affairs. Upgrading means that the employee's position remains the same, but the situation of the work has been improved. The employer's position remains the same means that if the worker who is working in any organization, for example, if Sana is working as manager in the organization, so she remains, so her designation will be the same, but her work will be improved due to this use of theory in offices. Now, theory X and theory Y. MacRogers believe that the managers have their own basic beliefs, have their own ways to work in the organizations. The assumptions of the managers about the behavior of the people is linked with this. MacRoger argued that these assumptions fall into two broad categories. Broad means wide categories. First one is theory X and the other one is theory Y. Different people have two views about this theory. The traditional view, first of all, we talk about theory X. The traditional view of this theory is that it is based on different assumptions. First one is that if people, if the people who are working permanently in the work in the organization, they dislike their work. For example, if a person is working as admission coordinator in any organization and the task is given by the boss to him or her is that you have to do the calls to 200 people, and people didn't like this. As a average person, as an average human being, we are working in an organization permanently, on permanent basis, on permanent position, and we doesn't like our work, we are not satisfied with our job. So if this will happen, you have to avoid it if possible. If the work is disliked by you, avoid it if possible. If the task that has been given by the boss to you, it is necessary for you to complete the task at any cost. If the person doesn't like the work, mostly they are controlled by their bosses. They are directed by their bosses, means that their bosses give them the directions for doing the work. Sometimes their bosses threaten them with the punishment. So you have to put an effort in it towards the achievement of the organizational objectives. If the work given to you by your boss is not up to the mark, you didn't like to do the work, but it is necessary for you to do the work. You have no way to put an effort in the work and contribute in the achievement of the organizational objectives, and the organizational objective is to basically earn the profit at any cost. Here I write coerced word. Coerced means unwilling person. Threaten someone for doing the work. Force someone for doing the work. The human beings or the employees prefers that the directions are given to them, but they wishes to avoid the responsibility that is given by the boss to the employer, that this is your responsibility and you have to do it. It should contain the little ambition, and above all, every person, every human being needs and wants security where they work. First of all, security matters a lot. The environment of the office where you are working matters a lot. The environment will be safe. The environment should be comfortable. Above all, security means a lot. The point is that if, as an employee, you didn't like the work, you have to avoid it if possible. Second one is that if any work doesn't like by employee, or employee dislike the work that is given by the boss to the employee, but they use different scenarios to take work from the employees. Likewise, they force them to do the work. They start controlling the employee to do the work. They start giving the directions to do the work. They start threatening the person to do the work, that if he or she will be get punished if he didn't do the work on time, whether he dislike it or whatever, he or she has to do the work at any cost, because when you are in the organization, it is your responsibility to complete the task, to do all the work that is given by you to the by the top managers of the organizations. You have to put an effort in it so that the organizational objectives could be achieved by this. Third one is that the person or any employee needs directions, but they wish to avoid the responsibility. That responsibility should be avoided, but there is an ambition in doing the work. And of course, every employee needs security. Above all these things, every employee needs security, because if your boss is threatening you, if your boss is forcing you to do the work, it means that security is not present there. Theory why? Theory why? Based on the different assumptions, the effort you are putting in doing the work is a very natural effort, as if you are a sportsman. When you exercise physically, when you think about how you will win the game, what are the different scenarios to win that game. The employees doesn't dislike the work. If the work is up to the mark, if the work is according to their own wish, there are many conditions in which work may be the source of satisfaction or may be the source of punishment. If you are satisfied by your job, likewise, if I said that my friend named Maria, she's working in Alberia Institute, but she is not satisfied with her job. She said that this job is not up to the mark. The job she is doing is not up to her level. She needs another job. Maybe the job is of teaching, but she doesn't want to work in that organization in management department. So if the work, you dislike the work, if you are not comfortable in doing job there, it means that job is a source of punishment for you. And if you are satisfied with your work, if your job is good, if your salary package is good, if the environment is comfortable, if the boss is polite to the employees, then it is a source of satisfaction for the employees. Second one is that the external control and the threat to punish the people are not the means to bring out the effort toward the organizational objectives. External control means that people who are not the part of the organization but they still control the organization. External control means the action that is taken by the outsider person who is not the part of the organization that impacts the governance of the business. Likewise, if there is a change in the government law, or if government law passes that legislation that the firms are forbidden for hiring the new employees in the organization, so this means the external control. The external control and the threat from your boss, the threat of punishment. Say for instance, he says to you, I'll suspend you from this post, I fire you from the organization. So these are the things that not only bring the effort in the organizational objectives, it affect the organizational objectives. People will only do the work, the people will only do the work if they have self control on them. Self control means the ability to control the difficult situations which occurs while doing the work in the organizations. Self directions means to direct or manage something at your own end. People will only do the work if they have an ability to control the difficult situations, if they have an ability to manage and control the work directly. When we talk about the objectives to which they are committed for doing the work in the organizations. Third one is that your commitment. If you are committed to your work, then you are rewarded for your achievement, for doing the work in the organizations. The most rewards are that the satisfaction of your own ego, your self actualization needs can be the directed efforts towards the organizational objectives. If you are satisfied with the job, if there is a comfortable environment in the organizations, it means that this satisfied your ego. Self-actualization needs means your personal growth, your personal and creative self-growth, which are achieved through the fulfillment of your own potential for doing the work. So this can be directed towards the product and the efforts which are directed towards the organizational objectives. The fourth one is that the human beings or the employees have an eager to learn something. Under different conditions, they do not accept it, but they think that it is their responsibility to check it, to see it. Your responsibility to avoid the lack of ambition, and you have to be emphasized on the security and the journal consequences for the experience that are not inherent by human characteristics. Likewise, lack of ambition is that, for example, if I want to become a writer, I write the serial, and the director or the producer who read that serial, he said, say for instance, he said your serial is going to be changed. There's this thing you have to be added in that serial. Overall, your serial is not too much good. This means that it downs my morale. My ambition for writing the serials, for giving the positive messages to the society, will start lacking down. When you are not motivated by the people, when your ambition, your aim, what is your aim in life to do the work, you have to avoid that thing. If you work hard, then you have no lack of ambition in life. And the last one is that your imagination is at the higher degree. Your ingenuity and the creativity in the solution of the organizational problems is wide. They are not narrow, but they are distributed in the population. Population means the people who are working in the organization. You have the capacity to check a relatively high degree of imagination, the creativity in the solutions. If any problem will occur in the organization, how creative you are in providing the solutions to the problems. The solution to the problems are wide, but they are not narrow, and they are distributed means that they are shared with the people who are working in the organization. Higher degree of imagination means to producing the ideas, new ideas. Ingenuity means your cleverness for providing the creativity in the solutions. Do you have any problem till here? Any questions you need to
No,
ask? Okay, I
no.
am giving you 15 minutes. Importance of scientific management theory in office, theory X and theory Y. First, think on importance of scientific management theory. My question is from you. Why do you think that the Taylor's management theory will be implemented in offices? What's the reason behind this? My first question is this from you. So first think on it, then give me the answer. Then
Okay.
I move to theory X and theory Y. Give me that answer so that we will move forward and complete this lecture.
Okay. Okay. So the scientific management theory uh it, it is like important in the office because it changes the work environment in a positive mode. Uh, uh, some of the reasons, you know, like for some of the reasons for for its importance are planning work in advance, and then
Yes.
sorry, and then the and like then like and and then advise the right development of work, and then like uh upgrade of worker management affair. And then like theory X and theory Y. So uh McGregor believed that the you know believe that the believe that the believe that the manager's basic beliefs play a big role in how an organization is run. There are two assumptions, which is like theory X and then theory Y.
What are the
So
assumptions
theory,
of theory
yeah.
X? What Mac Rogers believe? Okay, my next question is from you. What are the assumptions of theory X, and what is the belief of Mac Rogers about the managers? I'm giving you 15 minutes. First think on it and then give me the answer.
Okay, so about theory X and then theory
Yes.
Y. So McGregor believed that the manager's basic beliefs play a big role in how an organization is run. There are two assumptions, which are like theory X and then theory Y. So theory X, uh, it is based on the assumption that an individual dislikes working. Uh, that's why they must be controlled and and threatened to work with punishments. It also assumes that they prefer to be directed and and have no ambition, and uh, and they avoid uh, and then they avoid responsibility.
Take the responsibility.
And then theory Y, yeah, and then uh, theory Y, it is based on the assumption that the that the person does not dislike
Okay, I'm giving you
work.
15 minutes. First, read the slide that is in front of you, think on it, and then give me the answer.
So according
Yes,
to
please.
theory Y, yes, according to theory Y, it is based on the assumption that the person does not dislike work, uh, and the physical and mental uh, effort is natural. It depends on the conditions, whether the work will be a source of satisfaction or or a source of punishment. Um, and then second, the second is that that control and threats are not the only way to bring effort to work. People uh, people will have self will have self control and do things in which they are committed to. Uh, third is that third is that the rewards are are aligned uh, the commitment to objectives like satisfaction of ego and self-actualization needs. Um, the fourth is that a human uh, learns to seek responsibility under proper conditions. The fifth is that um, the capacity high degree of for a high degree of imagination and and creativity in the solution of organizational problems is widely distributed in the population.
Now we talk about the assumptions of theory Y. The last assumptions of theory Y is that under some modern conditions, we all have the life that is very industrial. Industrial means that is professional. We have the potential in ourselves. As human beings, we are only partially utilized. Partially utilized means that we are being used for doing the work in an organizations in parts, because the work that is given by the boss is in parts. So the theory why can lead to more cooperative relationships between the managers and the workers. The theory why establishes an establishes the working environment in which the personal needs of the individuals can be related with the objectives of the organizations. MacRoger theory said that theory Y was not the solution for all the problems, but highlight but by highlighting the theory Y, he said that he hoped to persuade the managers. Persuade means convince. Abandon means to give up completely, leave something. By highlighting the theory Y, Mac Rogers said that he hoped to convince the managers to leave the limitations of the assumptions of theory X, and he considered that theory Y techniques will be suggested if used. Theory into practice. We still talk about the limitations of theory X, the assumptions of theory X and theory Y. Now we talk about the theory into practice. Abraham Maslow is also a scientist. He thinks that Mac Roger is his mentor. Mentor means Mac Roger is his teacher. Mac Roger is teacher for him. He strongly support theory X and theory Y, and he put theory Y into the practice where people work in the organizations. However, after implementing the theory Y, he said that this theory didn't succeed. Add some direction, and there are some structures which need to be changed. The theory Y needs some directions and some structures to be changed. Maslow said that theory Y will be implemented with the improved version, which involved the element of the security for the employees and directions that are taken from the managers. But before he started working on it, he died, and MacRoger began to develop the further theory which addressed the criticism of theory X and Y, and they were incompatible. He named theory Y, he said that theory Y is now theory Z. Before that, all these theories are published related to, he named the change of theory Y. He called theory Y theory Z, but before it could be widely published, known by all the people, MacRoger also died and his ideas are faded. And now no one is alive to work on these practices. If MacRoger is in world, then he represent his ideas in front of the people. But now MacRoger has been died, and the ideas that he thought that he will going to be present to the people are of no use, and in foreign countries no one is working on these theories. Human relation theory. We all are humans. We have a relation with each other. If we are working as an employees, we have relation with each other. We have a relation of colleague. The human relation theory basically focuses on the employee, his satisfaction of work, his workplace, and the means of influencing the employee's productivity. Influencing means to affect or change something in an indirect, but usually in an important way. So the human relations theory does not view that the workers are importantly the identical parts. Mayo is the name of the scientist who introduced the human relations theory. He introduced the human relations school of thought, which focused that if managers are taking interest in the workers, they treat them as a worthwhile, they give the importance to their opinions, they realize that workers enjoy interacting together. Interacting means the workers enjoy talking together. If you are working in an environment where your boss doesn't allow you to talk with each other, this means that he stops you to interact with each other. He doesn't need that employees share a bond with each other. So this theory closely fits within the protective style of the management. Protective style means the management should be protective towards their workers. They give them freedom to interact with each other. Because when we are working professionally in an organization, it is not possible for us to do work while keeping quiet. It is natural phenomena of humans that we will not enjoying work if we are not interacted by the people. If we didn't share a strong bond with the people, we are not enjoying to work at that workplace. We start getting bored for doing work at that workplace. The importance of human relation theory, it is very important in the workplace because first one is that it assists the employee's recruitment and the retention. Strong relations build when the recruitment, the strong human relations can help to recruit the employees. Deliver their wages means pay their wages. And there are a lot of benefits in recruiting the employees because they support the fair and equitable treatment. The policies that are made in the organizations, everyone has equal rights to follow that policies. The policies and rules are for everyone. Every person who is working in the organization must follow that rules. It doesn't mean that if one employee is favorite, the top managers will only prefer that person. Equal treatment should be given to all the employees. The employees who are working in the organizations, if needed any training, the training will be given to them, and on the basis of the training, they will perform good in their jobs. This will help the employees to be successful at the work. They feel comfortable in doing the work. Any questions under this slide?
No.
Okay. My question is from you is that what is the last assumption of theory Y and how this theory come into practice? Maslow, Abraham Maslow. What he says
Okay.
about theory X and theory Y. My question is from you. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. Okay, so the last assumption of theory Y is that the is that the intellectual potentials of the average human are being partially utilized. Um, Theory Y creates a working environment where the personal needs um, and objectives of individuals are harmonized uh, with the organizational objectives. Um, and so and so and so Mac MacGregor suggested to use theory Y instead of theory X. And when we put the theory into practice, so um, Abraham Abraham
Maslow.
Abraham
Abraham
yeah
Maslow.
Abraham Maslow viewed MacGregor as mentor, and he supported the theories of X and Y, and he put like theory Y into practice, but it did not succeed. So he
He
uh,
says that
so
theory Y
he
needs to be
created
improved with a new version. But before
yeah
this,
so he created
he started working on it. Mac Roger died and ideas faded. Maslow was also died. Then after Maslow, Mac Roger started working on the theory. Then he addressed the theory X and Y. He changed the name of theory Y and called it theory Z. But before this, that he published these theories all over the world, Mac Roger was also died, and the ideas which he thought that he going to be represent in front of the world, the ideas were also faded.
yes
In short, you may say that the theory X and theory Y, Maslow supports theory X and theory Y. He said that these theories will come into practice when working in the organization, but theory Y is not succeeded so much after implementing it in the organizations. The Maslow, a scientist, said that theory Y has to be improved with a version where security of the employees is where security of the employees matters a lot. He further started developing the criticisms made on theory X and theory Y. He started working on it, but before that, he widely published the theory X and theory Y assumptions. With theory Z, the ideas faded because MacRoger died, and the ideas he was going to represent in front of the world is of no use. Now, clear?
Yes.
Okay, I'm giving you 5 minutes. Just read the slide again and think on it. Give me the answer again so that we'll move to the next slide.
Abraham Maslow uh, viewed viewed McGregor as his mentor, and he supported the theories of X and Y. Uh, he put theory Y uh, into practice, um, but
Theory why
it
doesn't
did not
succeed
succeed. Yeah, but it did not succeed because
because it needs
because
to be improved.
it needed improvement. He created some like improvements to
MacRoger started working on these
address.
theories, but before he could tell all the theories about the people, MacRoger died and the ideas were faded.
Yes, he named it like
What do you think about
Theory
the
Z.
theory? My second question is from you is that what do you think about humans relations theory?
So the human relations theory, it is a theory where managers take interest in the employees, where they like take like interest in their employees, and um they like uh treat them good. So the importance is that it uh, it helps to um,
To hire the
assist
employees
employees with uh, with uh, with recruitment and retention. Um, it helps the company to to hire like good like employees. you know
Yes, very good.
um, uh, give them their like wages or their salaries, and then support them. It also helps the business to build a good uh,
Reputation.
reputation of the company. And then it like it it uh, it like gives training to the existing employees.
Next point is boosts productivity and revenue. The human relation theory can support the employee morale. It means that the employee is always motivated by the top management or by the head by performing good. This increase the productivity rates. This increase the employee engagement in doing the work. The employee engages in the work with the motivational behavior. If the boss motivates the employee, he will like to engage himself in the work. This engagement in work leads the employee to the product higher productivity rates. This theory encouraged the employees to feel connected to the results of their work, which increase the productivity of the organization and the revenue of the work. Productivity means, like for example, if a person is working in a textile mill, sorry, if a person is working in a textile mill, so the productivity of the goods will increase, the productivity of the goods will increase and the revenue also increases. It promotes the innovation and creativity. This theory promotes the innovation and creativity. It decreases the risk level. It helps the organization to develop the competitive advantage in the industry. The innovation and the creativity in the things can increase your income. It provides you new ways in increasing the productivity and reducing the cost. Reducing means decrease the cost. The innovation and the creativity will also attract the top talent of the person who is working in the organization, and it leaves a positive impact on the environment of the workplace. Because when people start doing innovation, when people start doing creativity in their work, it will bring up the company on the peak level. Likewise, if we talk about that, joggers, joggers are in different shapes. There are leather joggers, there are different types of joggers. If we talk about the belts, they are leather belts. Different innovation in belts is present in the market. Likewise, we talk about the fabric, the female clothes. There is innovation in the female clothes too. Sometimes textiles mills manufactured or produced, or they will make the embroidered dresses. Sometimes they will change the design of the dresses. Sometimes they design the dress which is of newspaper design. Sometimes they design the dress that is of floral design. Sometimes they design the dress like this, that the butterflies are flying on the dresses. Sometimes they designed a sculpture on the dresses. So this means that this is the innovation, the creativity. And as we all customers, we need innovation in the products, we need creativity in the product, we need innovation in the food too. If I give you chicken for 1 month, do you like to eat chicken for 1 month? No. We all need innovation, and when innovation comes, it bring up the organizations on the top level. Teamwork and collaboration. When we are working in the workplace, we have to work in team, because when we are working in a team, we are going to learn many things from the colleagues, many things from the supervisors. As team members, we trust each other. So this means that the strong collaboration, the strong bonding, collaboration means bonding. The strong bondings can also smooth the daily operations of the organizations. The daily working that is being done on daily basis will smooth that operations. For example, if the employee who is working as an accountant, if he has a strong bond, for example, if I am working as admission coordinator and one of my friend is accountant there, if we both share a strong bond, we both share a strong collaboration with each other, then if she is doing any mistakes in verifying the accounts, I'll ask her that this is the mistakes, these are the mistakes, first correct it and then take the register to the boss if you are checking the accounts manually. And if you are doing accounts on the accounting software, then changes will be needed. So if we both share a strong bond, then it is possible for me to tell her that this is the problem there and she has to solve it. And if I haven't shared a bond with her, so it means that daily operations will not be run smoothly on daily basis because we are humans. There are some errors in the work while we are working on the workplace, while we talk about accounting, while we talk about any giving information, we always do some errors in the work because human error is a natural phenomenon. And as we are humans, so of course when we all are working in the workplace, we will do some errors in the workplace while doing the work. So if you are sharing a strong bond, it means that this will save you from your boss insult. Practice human relations in the workplace. First one is that develop human relation goals. When you sharing a strong bond with the employees, when you have a strong bond with the people, it create the positive environment for the organization. Examples are that providing support for employees while facing the challenges in the organizations, and if employee will achieve the target, likewise if the employee is working in the sales department and he achieves the target, so if you share a strong bond, then your colleagues will celebrate your success. When you share a strong bond with the people, it makes the workplace a very pleasant workplace, a very comfortable workplace to work with. Collaborate with your team. Again, if you have a strong bond, you have a strong collaboration with your members, it helps you to develop your plan. It helps you in gathering the information about your thinking for the human relations. When you want to discuss something, it will improve the ways for you to work in the workplace. Working with the team members will help you to resolve the issues in the workplace. And by making the strong bond with the team members, it fulfills the needs of the workforce. Measure your outcomes. The outcomes means results. The results are positive when we have a good relation with the team members. It implement the new ideas. You will able to discuss something with your team members in a very useful way. If there is some change in the organization or in the organization policies, your strong bond, your strong human relation bond will save you. It support you in the difficult times while working in the organization. Any questions?
No.
Okay, next slide is limitations of human theory. This human theory first point is that the human relation theory lacks on focusing the work. It put all the emphasis on the interpersonal relations and the informal group. Interpersonal relation means that maintains the effective relationship with each other to develop the effective relationship with your team members. It just emphasis means this theory just give importance on the effective human relations, and it just emphasize on the group in which you are working. Then next point is that it tends to overemphasize the psychological aspects at the cost of structural and technical aspects. Then means that frequently behave in a different way. Psychological aspects means the thinking of human nature. Psychological aspects means the thoughts of the humans, the emotions of the humans, and how they are going to communicate with the people. Structural aspects means to modify something. Modify means to change something. And technical aspect means the knowledge that is related to the machines or the methods that are used in the science. It just focus on it. It just talk about the human emotions. It just talk about the human nature. It talk about the machinery. It only focus on the emotions of the people and nothing else. So this is the limitations of theory, human relations theory. Okay, I am going to ask you the questions first. Do you have any questions related to this?
No.
Okay, first, this is the side in front of you. First, think on it. I'm giving 15 minutes. Just think on it and then give me the answer.
Okay, so uh, the first point is that it boosts productivity and the company revenue. How, so it uh, it like supports employee morale and uh, and the and the employee like in and the employee engagement, uh, you know, uh, which like increases the employees' productivity rates, and then it like promotes innovation and creativity. So uh, with the um, with the increase in the productivity, it also increases the chances for innovation and competitive advantage. And then there is and then there is like teamwork and collaboration. Employees have a positive working environment, which increases their collaboration and which like increases their like collaboration, and they're like and then they're like uh, trust between each uh, each other, and then they would also like communicate effectively.
Okay, prepare yourself in next class. I am going to ask you the questions about practiced human relations in workplace and limitations of human theory, and then we'll move to the next topic in next class. Okay, do you
Okay.
have any questions regarding today's lecture?
No.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. Inshallah, we'll meet in next lecture. Bye bye, take care, Allah Hafiz, and stay blessed and be prepared. In next class I'm going to ask you the questions again regarding this. Thank you, bye bye, Allah
Okay.
Hafiz, and take care.
Love.